Hey all, Darwin and I are having some technical difficulties, so we're going to do a little test run.
Darwin,
No,
yes, we got it to work.
we got
Okay.
it.
Okay, we technically are not starting for another few minutes. But we wanted to make sure we always have technical difficulties when we have calls. So we wanted to make sure that we could get on here and be on time, not on Honduran time, right, Darwin?
Right.
So give us just a few seconds to let some people join. Um, I need someone that has a clock. Darwin, do you know what time it is?
It is 6 o'clock,
Oh,
actually.
okay. Well, then we can go ahead and just kick this off. Look, we've got about 15 people on here. What's up, Caleb? So, Darwin, how's it going?
Man, it's been a little crazy, but thanks to God, good.
Yeah?
Just working, trying to work around all of this that's going on in our country. Well,
Hmm.
that's going on worldwide. But thanks to God, we have been able to pull it off with a little bit of struggles, but we're moving forward.
Yeah. Can you, right now in the media, especially in the US, we just see a lot of what's happening in China and Italy and the United States, but we don't have a lot that we see of what's happening in developing countries. So could you give us kind of paint a picture of what it's like in Honduras right now?
Okay. Well, actually, we really thought that I think almost like everybody worldwide thought that this was probably gonna go for like a week or two, and then there will be a cure for what's going on. But we see that that didn't happen. So um, we are currently right now on lockdown, and we've been on lockdown about like 2 weeks. The first week wasn't really too bad, the lockdown. The second week it was, and now since this has extended for more time, now the government has given us like on Mondays ID numbers, like our last ID numbers, number one, two, and three, will go out to the bank, to the supermarket, and mainly banks and supermarket. The pharmacies have been open and some gas stations. But the thing is that our city is totally on lockdown. If we
Okay.
want to go like to the cities next door, there is like a checkpoint
Okay.
that if we do not have a permit, we cannot make it to other cities. Like for example, that's the problem that we are having with Remolino. In Remolino, we have been able to go over there about 2 times because we got a special permit. We went to go drop off some grass or some corn, chopped up corn to our cattle, and we went to go pick up some chickens. If we wouldn't have went to go pick them up, we would have lost them. So it's been pretty hard, but we were able to make it over there. But now we are in absolute lockdown. We cannot get a permit anymore for now. So what I'm doing with the people in Remolino is just with the leaders that we have over there, I'm having like extra communication,
Okay.
everything that everything that we are. I'm sorry, there is a car passing by
It's
with a
okay.
loudspeaker, and everything that we are um, doing over here, like we're trying to have like extra communication with them. So whenever they have to do something like in the pineapple field,
Uh-huh.
we will sit down and we'll talk about it over the phone, and then I'll tell them, okay, go ahead and do it. Or if they need something, thanks to God that we have this. Is a store that sells chickens to us and sells chicken feed and all of that.
Uh-huh.
So thanks to God, this store has a special permit. So I just have to make sure that everything that they need, I have to tell these people so they can go and drop it off. In La Corosa, it's a little different because I'm real close to La Corosa here, and
Yeah.
I'm real close to La Cuchilla. So it's easier for us to go and serve these people. You know, I want for all of y'all to know that in our villages, the jobs have not stopped. You know, we have kept working, even though we know that things are pretty rough here in the city and rough over there in the States. We're still working. The businesses are moving. The projects are moving some, but the businesses we're still working with the leaders and with the people in our villages hand by hand. Um, we stopped the house projects for right now because the hardware stores they are not open. They're on totally locked down. You know,
Gotcha.
because the government thinks that it's not a priority. You know, they don't need to be open. They want people to stay home. They don't want people working. You know, they don't
Hmm.
want people doing any construction. So they closed that. So for now, we have stopped in the houses of La Cuchilla.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit about the businesses that are currently operating? So, like the cattle and the chickens and how those are doing?
So the cattle's doing pretty well. Like I told you, the men in La Corosa, they're doing great. You know,
Awesome.
the cattle, the herd is growing. The cattles are nice and fat and pretty. You know, we've been working a lot with bringing. We are making a huge silage. You know, we have enough food for our cattle. The men have been working a lot. We harvest the corn from the grand farm, and we
Uh-huh.
made two huge silages. Um, so they've been working a lot, and the cattle's doing real good. The chicken business in La Corosa, we have two chickens there. The women are doing real good. They have their chicken business still going. So what we did, since we knew that this could go a little longer, we decided to go ahead and buy all the chicken food for that whole cycle. And we put it up in a warehouse. So we don't have to worry about a truck not making it, or even if this other store that gives us our supplies decides that they do not want to work anymore because of the situation, or because the government tells them that they need to stop or whatever. You know, we decided that we would prepare ourselves. You know, so we did. We have all the feed that we need. You
Hmm.
know, but in La Cuchilla, we do have a problem. In La Cuchilla, we were not able to bring our little chicks because the company that does make the chicks or produces the chicks, they're not working right now. So we're having problems with that. The women from La Cuchilla are struggling on that, but we are finding other jobs where they can get involved in, like the plantain field. They have a women's plantain field. Whenever we fertilize the men's plantain field, we get them involved, you know, because we want them to job. You
Yeah.
know, the men are doing pretty good. The men are taking care of the plantain field too. They do the trimming of the leaves. They do the fertilizing of the leaves, like the water chemical fertilizing, and they do other little contracts that I give them in La
Gotcha.
Corosa. So they're doing pretty good. The businesses are still moving, thanks to God. Um, I know that things are rough, but we got to keep working for these people, you
Yep.
know. And I encourage everybody, you know, help us pray, you know, and join us, you know, work with us on this for us to make this happen, you know.
Right.
uh, H&H does not belong to me, does not belong to Riley, does not belong to a human being. It belongs to God.
Hmm.
So God is the one that has us. We are in His hands, and I know that He will provide for everything.
Yeah. So it's really important that everyone knows that although we're all facing this pandemic and we're facing a lot of challenges, the H&H is not giving up, and we're continuing to serve the people in Honduras, and we want to continue to provide job opportunities, so that they can provide for their families. And I've said it a few times to a few different people, and you've lived in the US, so you can attest to this. But I feel like right now in the US, we are experiencing a very, very, very small dose of what someone in a developing country faces every day. So lack of education, lack of job, lack of resources, and we want to continue to fight for the people and to be able to help them, um, continue to work and continue to grow and to continue to have hope. So, yeah, so it's just thank you so much for continuing to go out there. And I know that every time right now, we only have you and Dr. Fabiola going to our communities. So thank you for continuing to go out there and put yourself at risk health wise to continue to serve the people in Honduras.
It is a pleasure. We do it as if we were doing it for God. I know that God has called us for this, and this is what we got to do. It has helped us out a lot. Trust me, the lockdown and this pandemic that is all over the world. I'm pretty sure today we were sharing with the whole team, with the family, about what do we think that has changed or what is good about all of this, And I was sharing to the family that the thing is that I think that has happened that is great for us is that now we have like some special time, some family time. And I'm pretty sure that it has happened with everybody, everybody that has to stay home. What we do now every afternoon or at nighttime, we sit down, we do a devotion. I read, my wife reads a verse, Gadiel reads a verse, Derek repeats after us because he doesn't know how to read yet, but he repeats after us, and then we share all about what we read about the chapter, and there's always something that surprises us either about Derek or about Gadiel because they ask questions, and I love it because we are putting them in the right path, and we are talking to them Bible, and this is time that since we were always working and we were always running around, I will come from the villages. I needed to go to the bank. I need to go to the hardware store and all of that. We had lost that, so everything works for good for those who love him. And I think that this is special time that God is allowing us to have. So let's enjoy it because after all of this is over, it's just going to be like, it's going to stay in the past. It's just going to be something that just passed by. We're just going to remember about it from time to time. But our lives are going to keep going, and then we're going to go back into our daily routine. But we have to enjoy this time, but still not forgetting that God is our only hope. We put our hope in God. Yes. Do we worry? Yes. Does it concern us? Yes, it does. It worries us to know that there's so many people in the States that has lost their jobs, but what I can tell these people is the best is to come. Yeah. God has control of everything. And whenever all of this is over, are we going to be able to say, what? Glory to God. Now God has put me in a better place, and this is what God is going to do.
Yeah. And I think something to add, the whole reason why we're doing this series, Hope is Contagious, is that we want everyone to know that we're in this together, that no one is alone, and that we are a community and we're also a family. And so we want to support one another. So just to remember that everyone's going through this, but you don't have to go through it alone. And we want to be a place to share stories of hope. And, it's amazing that, God has given us the opportunity to still be able to go into our communities and still be able to provide job opportunities and even education. You are the husband of our director of education. So can you share a little bit about what's happening right now with the education?
So with education, what my wife has done, she has gotten a hold of the teachers that were giving classes because they're on lockdown too and they cannot go to the villages. So what the teachers did was send some homework or work to my wife. My wife prints it out, and then somehow either me or Fabiola, we would take it to the village. And we have education managers, right, in each village.
Can you really fast, can you explain a little bit about the education, what they do in our communities, the education leaders?
So the education leaders, their job is to always be on top of on top of the students and and supporting even the teachers. If making sure that the kids go to school. They help out my wife to have like attendance
Make sure
report and
the,
stuff
yep.
like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, so any help that my wife needs from them to go check on the students. If there's a student that's not going to school and my wife cannot get to the parents, they will go and talk to the parents. Some other information that I do not know much about, but I do know that they help out a lot.
Yeah.
So, and now what my wife decided to do was that the secondary kids, that work that the primary students have to do, the secondary student kids are helping them.
Yep.
And on top of that, the education leaders are helping on that too.
Yep. So just for all of you guys to know that while the students here in the US, they're being homeschooled at home and their parents are helping them, they have access to internet and to computers. Most children do, some do not. In Honduras, the students also school is canceled and closed. And so Aminta's been working really high. Hi, how's it going, bud? Is that
Good.
Gadiel? Hi,
This is
Gadiel.
Gabriel.
I
Mi novio. But so we have been working really hard to make sure that our students are still learning and still doing homework. And our secondary students have been able to help our elementary kids, which has been awesome. So yeah, so just to let everyone know in the Humanity and Hope community, we are still serving the people. We're still serving our students. We're still trying to provide opportunities. So we haven't stopped. We're still working. And we're really thankful for that opportunity that we're able to do that. Darwin, do you have so this whole series is about hope. Can you share any stories from our community or any of the people that we serve? Just a hopeful story of how they're, things that are happening in their lives, or maybe how they're choosing to view this time with the pandemic?
Well, one of the things that we were working with the men at the making the silage and all of that.
Really fast.
And it
What's
was
the silage? You said that twice now.
okay. The silage is like it's feed for the cows. So
Okay.
there's this huge bunch of corn with the whole plant that gets uh, chopped up. We put it in a chopper, a
Okay.
machine, and it chops it all up, and then we spray a chemical on it, and then you have to cover it up. And a month from then, we can just feed it to the cow, and it's very tasty for them, and it actually smells really good. So I can understand why it's so good for them. So
Okay.
we're working on that, and it's a couple of men, from La Corosa. Almost all the men that need a job, they're getting an opportunity
Mhm.
to work. So we were talking to them, and we asked them that what is hope for them? And then they said, hope for us is to be able to take food to our houses. We know that by taking food to our houses, we're going to have hope and we can move forward in life. So by seeing them having their jobs, and even though many people in the cities have lost their jobs, there's a lot of stores that are closed. Clothes stores, hardware stores, candy stores, any kind of store is closed,
Yeah.
and they have jobs. So this to me, they are full of hope and they're blessed.
That's awesome. And one thing I do want to point out, just to our community, is when you decide to take some sort of action to sacrifice and make a donation or volunteer your time and your resources, when you're investing that into humanity and hope, you're investing in people like Darwin, who is able to actually go into our communities and bless the men. So I just want to encourage everyone that is giving on a monthly basis. Thank you so much. We would not be where we are without our employees, especially Darwin. He's done so much for our communities, and he represents hope. And when people see him, they feel hopeful. So I just want to thank you all for donating, for joining the Hope Circle. And I also want to encourage, if you're not part of the Hope Circle, we'll be putting some slides on here tonight so you can sign up. If you have any questions, feel free to send us a direct message or email us. You can get on our website. But we just wanted to get on here and just share that we are still working. We are still helping provide opportunities for people. And I'm so happy to hear that story, Darwin, that the people in our communities have hope. So thank you so much for just making this a life purpose and for spreading that hope to the people in our communities.
You're welcome. Yeah, I want to thank everybody too, because to me, having a job, to me too, it's very helpful. It's hope, and I know that by having this job, I can help others too. So I want to thank everybody that gives their donations. I know that from their donations, I get paid, Fabiola gets paid, my wife gets paid, Roger gets paid, the whole team gets paid. So thank you. I do know that a lot of people have lost their jobs, and this is where we are a family. If somebody did lose their job, but somebody else does real good and God has blessed them, if they can grab that weight and help us move forward, that would be great. And I know that God is going to bless each and one of us, the ones that decide that we will give for this cause.
Yeah, absolutely. And just a reminder that Thursday, Dr. Fabiola is going to be on Instagram Live, and she's going to be sharing about going into the communities and meeting with the people and teaching them how to stay safe and stay healthy. She actually, out of our entire team, has a permit to go out as many times as possible. And so I'm very thankful. She's also, not many people know this, but she's also pregnant, and she just found out she's having a baby girl. So we're going to have to celebrate that on Thursday as well. And then also next Tuesday, I believe, Pastor Roger will be on Instagram Live. And so if you guys have any prayer requests, if you've lost a job, if you're having a hard time with the pandemic, we want to be here for you. And we want to just be able to pray with you. So I do have to make a few, Darwin, you're new to this. Actually, I just added you as my friend, which is crazy. So if you guys aren't friends with Darwin, his friend count is going to go up tonight. But Darwin, you can see there's all these comments in our Instagram Live, and you have so many people showing you love. And just so thankful for everything that you do for humanity and hope. And I know so many people that have come on trips and they've met you, and instantly they formed a deep friendship with you, and just love your kids and your wife. So I just want to make sure that you see all the shout outs that you're getting right now.
I'm seeing that.
Brandon even says Darwin for mayor of El Progreso. So it's awesome. Do you have anything else that you want to share with just everyone that's on tonight? And do you have any, how are you finding hope right now? What are some things that you're experiencing personally?
Well, mainly just like I was explaining to you, I am spending a lot of more time with my family. I can say that there's been times where I have been able to rest a little bit more, but I think that we're just charging up some batteries from whenever all of this is over, and we're gonna go 100% full, helping all these people, spending some more time with them, having some great meetings and seminars. I think that it's just, this is gonna go away pretty soon, and that's my hope, that this is going to go away pretty soon, and we're going to be able to serve these people with more strength. So just spending time with my family, resting some, and hoping that this is over soon.
Yeah, amen to that. Can you let us say hi to Aminta really fast?
Yes. Aminta, te llaman.
Brandon, I really want you to co-host this next time. Hi, Aminta.
Hi, Andy. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
You've got about 30 people watching you right now from the Humanity and Hope community.
Tienes como
Oh
30
my
personas viéndote, dice de Humanity and Hope.
Do you have
Okay.
do you have anything you want to say?
¿Tienes algo que quieres decir?
Pues solo compartirles de que me imagino que todos los que están viendo ya me conocen. Estamos trabajando en la educación siempre, seguimos adelante, llevándole a los niños tareas que les dejan los maestros para que ellos puedan continuar con sus estudios en casa.
So I'm pretty sure that everybody that's in Instagram right now knows me. So we still working. We keep working. We're just working on some paperwork to be able to send to the kids in the villages so they can keep working on their education.
Y quiero agradecerles a todos aquellos de que nos siguen apoyando con la educación para estas aldeas que yo sé que de una u otra manera los niños están agradecidos. Mensualmente escriben cartas para ellos y sé que ellos tienen un corazón muy agradecido por toda la gente que los apoya y yo también, especialmente yo.
And I want to thank everybody that has helped us, that is supporting us. I'm pretty sure that the kids are very grateful too for everything, and I'm very grateful for all the support that y'all give us.
Well, you
Muchas
should.
gracias.
Go ahead.
No?
Muchas gracias, que Dios los bendiga y esperamos siempre contar con el apoyo de cada uno de ustedes.
Thank you very much. God bless you. God bless you, and I hope that we can count with all of your support.
Hey, I have 2 questions for you.
Tengo dos
Okay.
preguntas.
One, can you say something to us in English? We know you've been working on your English, and we want to hear you speaking some of it.
Dice una que si nos puedes decir algo en inglés. Sabemos que has estado practicando tu inglés, entonces te queremos escuchar.
Okay, I have to read a letter for each sponsor to the United States.
Awesome. She's writing a letter to each sponsor in the United States, and that's taking a lot of work. Thank you for doing that. They're going to be really excited to hear from you.
Van a estar muy emocionados de escuchar de ti.
Okay,
And then-
muy pronto. Ajá.
My second question is, 1, awesome job on your English, and then 2, Jordan wants to know what you're cooking for dinner tonight.
Dice que es muy bueno tu inglés. Dice, yo le quiero saber qué vas a cocinar hoy en la noche.
Gracias. Pues todavía no he pensado. Ayer le hice frijolitos con huevo, aguacate, mantequilla y tortillas hechas a mano. Pero hoy todavía no tengo el menú.
I'm not 100% sure yet, but yesterday I made some eggs, some beans, I put some avocado, some sour cream, and some homemade tortillas.
Oh my gosh, I miss your cooking so much.
Dice que extraña lo de tu cocina.
Pero hoy creo que lo voy a poner a dieta porque Derek pidió café con pan, Gadiel pidió melón y Darwin creo que va a estar a dieta hoy.
I think today they're going to be on a diet because Derek asked for bread and coffee, and Gadiel asked for melon, and I think Darwin is going to be on a diet too.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you guys for joining us tonight. And again, everyone that's watching, we are going to give you guys some action steps to take if you're interested in getting involved and supporting what we're doing in Honduras and just helping the organization continue to serve people. So thank you all for joining us.
Bye.
Aminta and Darwin, we love you guys so much.
We love you.
We love you so much.
We love you too.
All right.
God bless all of you.
God bless
Thanks
you.
for all the support to everybody. God bless all of you. I know that God has control of everything. Let's keep trusting in Him, and everything's going to be great.
Great. All right. We love you guys. We'll talk to you soon.
My wife says that she's praying for all of you guys.
Oh, we're going to be praying for you guys as well.
Okay.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.